Hello and welcome to this exclusive insight into the Marussia Virgin Racing team. I'm Natalie Pinkham and this is my first season in Formula One. I have got no idea what to expect, so I thought it'd be worth getting an insight into Formula One from none other than Marussia Virgin Racing driver Timo Glock. Good to see you, Timo. First of all, tell me how you're feeling, because you just had your appendix out, haven't you?
Yeah, much lighter now, at least, so that feels quite okay, but it's more painful to hang around here watching the cars going by and I can't drive, so that's a bit painful, but I will be ready for Melbourne. It's still a bit painful, but on a good way.
Okay, I'm a bit curious about these things. Can I have a look at the scar, please?
You think?
Yeah. Okay, he seems to be removing his jeans. I'm looking blushing and looking the other way. Oh, it's very neat.
And the other one is here.
You have 3 scars.
Yes. That's how it is.
I mean, I thought, traditionally you just got one little nick and whip it out.
No, it looks like... I mean, there are 2 options. You have a big one big one, or you have 3 little ones, and that takes less time to recover.
I'd always go for 3 little ones over 1 big one anyway. Can I see... Did you keep the actual appendix?
No. They sent it back and just had a how you call it, look into it.
Analysis?
Yes, exactly.
I kept my wisdom teeth in a jar for about 2 years. It was good, actually. So, you're saying it's been frustrating being here. Just how frustrating is it? Because you're here, everybody's gearing up for the season.
Yeah, I mean, you have not many tests in before the first race, so if you lose two days of testing, it's just not perfect. But I think, I mean, if you would have had this problem in the first race in Melbourne, would have been much more difficult for us. So I'm happy to have it now, get this sorted and be ready for the race. But as I said, it's how it is, and I have to get over it.
Talking of Melbourne, I've never actually been there. As I say, I'm a new kid on the block in Formula One. So what can I expect? Can you give me some advice going to Australia?
Go early, enjoy the city. It's just very good fun. The atmosphere is just mega. Go to the Crown Casino, have some fun in the Crown Casino, go for some good food, good parties going on there. So shopping is very good. So it's just an enjoyable weekend.
Timo, I'm all about the racing, not gambling and shopping. Are you mad? Do you play poker?
Yeah, I play every time when I'm in Australia and lose some money and just don't play for another year, and when I'm back in Melbourne again, I try it again and lose money again, and then I wait until next year again, and it's just every time the same. Which
of the other drivers plays?
Oh, quite a lot. I mean, Robert Kubica is one of the big players. He unfortunately he can't be in Melbourne, but nearly all the drivers I think playing. Nico Rosberg's playing. Michael is playing sometimes as well.
I bet he's got a good poker face.
At least all the Germans playing.
Yeah, you see, they're good poker players. They just don't give anything away, do they?
I don't know. For me, I think if I have a good hand, everyone sees it. So.
What can I expect in terms of the travelling? Because I know I'm going to rack up a whole load of air miles this year. How do you cope with the travelling?
Oh, it's tough. It's especially the first 4 races are flyaways, and Australia, the first race is just very, very long travel, 22 hours, I think, or 23 even. And that's quite hard. I mean, you just have to get used to have a bit of an experience when you sleep, eat in the right moment, sleep again, and then whatever, the last 6 hours stay up and try to get into the time zone of Australia is quite difficult.
Come on, what am I going to pack for this trip?
Not much, because you can go shopping quite well, so you shouldn't take a lot of stuff.
On your credit card?
No, yours, not my one.
I don't think the BBC will be stretching to that either.
I mean, that's how I do it, or that's a good friend of me is doing it. He flew to the race just for 5 days. 5 days. He flew to Australia, went shopping, played a bit of poker in casino, had some good food, massive party, and then flew back.
What a lifestyle. I want to be one of your friends.
He's really good in it. He will not come out this year, but he did it last year.
Okay, so we've ascertained that Australia is amazing. I'm very excited about that. What about the rest of the season? Where do you, aside from Australia, like going the most?
I mean, all the European races are quite good as well. The problem is you just spend not enough time. It's just 4 or 5 days in total. And Australia is the race where you just spend more time. But Canada is good as well. It's a very good weekend. Singapore is a highlight because of the night race. Abu Dhabi at the end of the year is as well a highlight. And Brazil is good.
You like them all. Easy to please.
Yeah. They're all good.
Airports. Talk me through the worst airport.
Madrid, because I lost my bag 3 times now in Madrid. 2 times it came back and was completely smashed. So Madrid is one of the worst airports, in my point.
You're going to hold that against the Spaniards for the rest of your life, aren't you?
Yes.
Now, what do you pack? Let's talk through the essentials in Timo Glock's suitcase. Apparently just a credit card.
Credit card, definitely, yes. Most of the time, I don't have much because I wear anyway team shirts or team clothes on the race weekend. But some stuff for doing sport, just going for a run, maybe playing some squash with a couple of guys in the team, stuff like this. So it's quite easy and boring, normal clothes what you take.
Okay, what about personal effects? What iPod, laptop?
Yeah, laptop, iPod, PlayStation, the portable one, where I'm playing most of the time against my physio on the plane, soccer, and that's it.
An iPod, what music kind of really fires you up?
AC/DC.
Oh my God.
Hard as a Rock, for example, or whatever, Highway to Hell, stuff like this. That's what I listen to in the grid just before the race.
No, I can see that would fire you up. But what about relaxing when you're back in the hotel?
No, when I'm back in the hotel, I'm just switch through the TV and that's it.
Come on, you love a bit of cheese. You must do.
No, I'm just very. When we come back, it's so late anyway. The days are so long, and when you come back in the hotel, it's 10 o'clock, and then you just go to bed. And as I said, switch through the TV.
Well, Timo, it's been a remarkable insight into your life. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Another F1 rookie, albeit in a slightly different position to me, as Marussia Virgin Racing's other driver, Jerome D'Ambrosio. Good to see you. How excited are you about the 2011 season?
It should be very, looking forward to it. Should be very exciting. Obviously my first year in Formula 1. And all these new rules makes it very exciting, very challenging for me. And having a first Grand Prix now in Melbourne is something very special.
Why is Australia so special?
I think it's a combination of many things. It's a tough track, first of all, very exciting race. It's partly street circuit, so very slippery. You're in Australia, so lots of sun and beautiful atmosphere over there, so should be fun, should be nice.
I think before we started this interview, you included beautiful women in that as well. Be honest.
I did. I mean, it's Australia. It's these beaches, surfing, and it's more of, when you think about Australia, you think more about vacations. But obviously, we're going there for work. But it's nice to be. It's a bit like Monaco. It's nice to be in a nice area. So you're at the track, and then you do a kilometer out of it, and you can completely disconnect from the racing. So it's just quite fun.
Talking of disconnecting from racing, what do you do outside of the day job?
Well, since I've signed in Formula 1, I haven't been able to do much aside the racing, because there's always something to do. But I really, in the winter, I really enjoy skiing. That's something I really love to do. And then just apart from that, when I have free time, just chill with friends, girlfriend, and stuff like that, normal stuff.
What are your first impressions of Formula 1? I mean, you've been so busy lately, but what have been the best and worst aspects of becoming an F1 driver?
I think it's very different. Obviously, you don't expect it to be that much of a difference. That there's such a big difference compared to GP2. I mean, the driving is one thing, but even in the driving, you have many more things to do on the steering wheel and everything. But aside the driving, you have to work with the car and the engineers, and it's just more pushed in every aspect. So it's quite interesting. And then on the other side, you have to work at the factory on the sim. You have lots of PR. It was I was surprised, but it was something quite big in Belgium, the fact that I signed in Formula One, and I've been massively busy with this any time I went back to Belgium. So I mean, it's just at the minute I haven't had much of time for me, which of course I'm not complaining about it, because I've always dreamed to be in this position. But yeah, it's something great, but very busy. Keeps you you have to keep your head cool and just try to do the job, but a lot of things to do at the same time.
I was going to come on to your favourite circuit. Spa must be number one.
Yeah, Spa is definitely one. I mean, number one because of the context. In terms of the tracks, I have a couple tracks that I really enjoy. Spa is there on top of the list. You have Suzuka is amazing. I called it the Asian Spa when I went first there last year. It's amazing. These natural tracks. It's just, there are some corners over there that you don't find anywhere else, and really enjoy it. Silverstone is fantastic as well. Cubs, Beckett's, English crowd, English fans are fans that, you know, it's always crowded. The fans know about motorsport, and you feel this atmosphere. And then you have Brazil and Monaco. I really enjoy these two as well.
You've just created another fan in me for mentioning Silverstone there, so thank you for that. That was good. I enjoyed that. So what can we expect from you this year? Realistically, what are your hopes and ambitions?
Well, it's obviously, as I said, Formula One is very complicated. So what's a really great chance for me is to have someone like Timo beside me. Obviously, he's much more experienced. He's a top driver. He's highly ranked and highly seen in Formula One. So I think I'll have to be as close as possible to him, as quickly as possible. But obviously, in the beginning, he's going to be ahead. That's normal. But you know, slowly but surely, getting closer to him and do a proper job for the team. In the beginning, I'm really looking forward to finishing the races, because that's important, mileage and get some good experience there.
Now, I have to say, you seem very relaxed, a very relaxed rookie. What advice can you therefore give me, also being new to the sport?
Well, it's you know, in the end, you have to do your job as best as you can, and just don't get any other thing in your mind, stress. In the end, you can't stress about something that hasn't happened yet. You know, it's like, I can't stress about a race. It's gonna be in 3 weeks or 2 weeks, so it's no point to go crazy on that. It's just important to focus on what you can do to get that race good, to do that race in the best way you can. And so I think just living the present moment, and you know, always.
So preparation and living in the moment.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
I like it. Good advice. What about preparation in terms of packing? Now, you see, I'm thinking, what kind of clothes should I be taking to Melbourne? Because it's all sorts of weather out there, isn't it? 4 seasons in one day and all that.
No, I think you shouldn't take many clothes. We're gonna enjoy it.
Wow.
I'm joking, obviously. No,
Obviously.
it's gonna be warm out there. This is what I mean. So you don't want to come with the ski jacket, if you know what I mean. But no, I think obviously you are a woman. I'm a
Thank
guy.
you for noticing.
So obviously I'm gonna pack a couple t-shirts, shorts, and flip-flops, and I'm gonna be happy with this. I don't think you'll be happy with it.
No.
Exactly.
No, I won't need hair products, you know, hair dry, straighteners, makeup, that kind of thing. But I'm sure you pack the same. Now, listen, I've been told by Timo that he listens to AC/DC, something that troubled me slightly. But what gets you in the mood for racing?
You know, we'll be soon in Malaysia, so I'll tell that anecdote. It's my first pole position ever I did in GP2 was in Malaysia, and the song I was listening to that before that was In the Summertown, Mungo Jerry. So I've got no idea why that got me in the mood, but
That's brilliant.
obviously, yeah, I'm listening to anything depending on your mood. Music has a strength, has the power of giving you different emotions depending on what you listen to. So obviously, depending on your mood, you can use that as a tool to if you're stressed, you listen to Summertown. You're gonna chill. I just advise not to listen to Bob Marley, because you're probably gonna have a reaction time that's gonna be a bit long and you lose your reflexes. But although I love the music.
So Bob Marley is on your iPod, but just not before a race.
Everything is on my iPod. I can listen to classical, to rock, to rap, to R&B, to anything. But French music is just depending on the mood.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Well, Jerome, I look forward to seeing you in Australia.
Me too.
Yes, bit of surfing, maybe. Yeah, excellent. And in Australia, we'll be back with part 2 of this exclusive look behind the scenes at Marussia Virgin Racing.